All right, you guys. Hi there. Okay. I know it has been a couple a days since I've had some recordings of talking to my mom online. So I'm gonna try to do that since it is around the time that she usually takes her medication, so I know that she's up. Um I'm not gonna do a lot of talking because who's 260? Okay. Girl, not today. Okay, I'm not gonna do a lot of talking just because I want to at least get her on the line. It's only 10 minutes, and then I'll get into everything else. Um, yeah, I'll get into everything else. Thank you for calling Richmond State Hospital. Wait while I transfer your call.
State Hospital, may I help you?
Hi, I'm calling for 420 Unit A.
One moment.
Thank you. It's not that you're welcome. There's no chance to it. Y'all.
28th, Brandy.
Hi, Brandy. This is Belle Dean. I'm calling for Patricia Dean. The unit code is 420 Unit A.
Hey, she is still laying down. She came up and got her vitals and then went laying back down. I can have her call you back when she gets back up.
Okay, so she already took her medicine already?
No, we have to get vitals on her before she gets her meds.
Okay.
And she came up and got her vitals and then she went and laid back down.
Okay.
So, and we're about to get her up to get her meds in a little bit. We have a long line right now, so I'll get her when the line shortens so she don't have to stand so long.
Okay, no worries. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Bye-bye.
Go back that way.
Bye.
Okay, so since she hasn't gotten up, usually they try to get her up really early. But since they haven't, touche, hey, I can still talk about what's going on. Okay, so I had to go check and see because I did get insurance on her thing for her UPS thing. Even when you ship things off for someone who you're taking their finances, make sure you have something like this is what I was telling you guys, something like this pouch. I learned this, and you take a lot of their receipts. If they have any loose change, spare change, that's like you have to take some money out, cash, and pay for something cash. You want to have that receipt along with the amount that you took out, along with the, how much is left. You're going to put that in a Ziploc. So I would take the cash and put it in a Ziploc. That's what I'm eventually going to do. But she didn't have any singles. So, not any singles. She didn't have any change, like loose change, coins. So I didn't really put it in the Ziploc. I just put it in that bag. But these pencil pouches, let me see. These pencil pouches are really, 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 really good when you are trying to keep things organized and together. I learned that when I ended up working for companies like Bowman Center, Bethesda, those group homes, ARC, all those places, like they do that. Some of the other places that I worked at, Sky Point. I said Sky. Yeah, it was called Sky Point. Yeah, Sky Point. I was about to say SkyWest. I did work for SkyWest too, but that's an airline. But yeah, so yeah, you want to make sure you have those gadgets, have those in line, and have those stacked. I had to go confirm that my mom actually got her package that I sent to her. So I put in a confirmation and it said it was sent and it was delivered by 10 a.m. Today. So, which is a good thing. It was supposed to be a little bit earlier, but they did give me some money back on a refund because I had it insured and it was supposed to be guaranteed on a certain day. Even though during what we're going through is slowing down the process of things, That's what it is. What else? Oh, I have been getting confirmations of being prepared and not slugging around, even though I've been feeling it. I think it's the food that I'm really eating, because I've been eating a lot of fried food, and I think that's because of stress triggers, because that could be one of the things that can push you back. But I've noticed that I have been going further and further and further away. I also noticed that not only was I getting pushed back, I was going kind of in circles. So I was like, okay, I needed help to break these habits. In order to go past and go into another realm, you have to walk into that realm. You have to feed into it. So if you're going back in circles, that means you're feeding or giving more energy to something in your past, and you can do that based off of fear, honest. I'm telling you guys from the honest truth, it's dealing with fear. You might not think of it as fear, because you're like, no, I can walk into something, but you have a little nervousness or anxiety about moving forward, and it shakes you. It doesn't mean that it's a real horrible thing, but just you have to acknowledge it in order for it to be better, in order for things to be better. So that was some of the things that I had to deal with today, like stay focused on my goals, keep my list organized, follow that list no matter what. I don't give a care what else happens. You can do other things later on. If you want to add something to the list, that is great. But the main thing is to complete what is on the list no matter what, So I was having a difficult time doing it, but I felt so much accomplished when I did it. It is amazing how we will have a lot of, when we have one thing to do, it's easy to look at somebody and say that they're not, moving up to par when they're doing, when they're doing one thing, or you're doing one thing, versus them doing many things. But when you're doing a lot of things, you have to be very diligent with your time. And you're not going to always be 100% at every single thing. You're not even going to be 100% at the one thing that you're working at, but you're going to have more energy to put into that one thing. I have to spread myself. I try not to spread myself so thin because I have other things to do, but yeah, I have a lot of things, so I have to be very conscious. In order for it to run and for order for it to function, I have to be conscious about taking care of myself, my vitality, my health first. Fill my cup up before I help others. And then take that time to grow and get better and to feed, what's around me. Yeah, to feed exactly what is around me. When I thought about this, I thought about how much preparation goes into what I do. When I get up, it's not just for me. It's for people who are living, who need the gift that God has given me, and the people that, when I leave this earth, are going to use that gift afterwards. So being prepared and being on top of things and being focused and having diligence makes a difference, because like I said, I'm not just living for me. How my life goes dictates how I can help people in the future, how I can help people in the present as well as the future. So yeah, you just have to be prepared. So it started making me think about, and I'm going to put that recording on because I was just walking and I thought about that all day. It made me think about, in the Bible, how it talked about the virgins, the 10 virgins, and 5 of them had their lamps lit. And then the other 5 they said was foolish and folly, and just, they did whatever. They burnt their time. And then when it was time, to meet the bridegroom, because they were all waiting for the bridegroom. And when the bridegroom came and the door was open, the 5 ones that had theirs lit, they were able to light their lights and see and to walk through. And the others who knew that they were going to come, that the bridegroom was going to come, but wasted their oil, was asking the other 5 who didn't, do that, didn't waste their oil, to lend them some of theirs so they can go in too. And they was like, no, if they do, then they're not going to have enough for themselves to get there. It was all about preparation. And I thought about that a lot, and I thought about that about my life. I wasn't thinking of it as just a religious, okay, stay prayed up, but it was mostly about preparation. What are you prepared for? You have people who fail to plan to fail. That's the saying, and I know that is so true, because you don't know which direction to go into. Not to say that you're always going to have a plan, but eventually you will. Eventually you win if you have things structured. And then it doesn't mean that the plan is going to always work. You're going to constantly revise that plan, because you're going to have different goals as you grow. But you have to have somewhere to start. And I just looked and I thought about how we live in our world today, like how we live aimlessly, and not with stern direction. One thing that really gets me, that's why I knew something was going on spiritually with me, is that I was losing sight and direction. Coming from somebody who is a driven person, that is scary. Okay. That's like, honestly, it felt like one of my biggest fears had already taken over me. The loss of direction, the sense of misguidance or loss of direction. So, yeah. You have to have a plan. You have to have direction, and you have to be focused on that plan and stick to it. People who stick to the plan will have results. It's when you deviate from the plan because you want to, it feels comfortable. It feels comfortable to not prepare or not to get things, because now you don't have to face what's coming to pass. You don't have to face the issue. Say, for instance, it's weight, if you are, you're getting overweight, you overlook it and it's irritating you. So what happens is some people eat more to succumb and to put that anxiety down, or they have pressures in life and they use food as a coping mechanism. They get bigger. They see that as a problem. They know they need to stop, but then they keep going, instead of facing the problem. Instead of facing the problem head on, or finding help to face the problem head on. Yeah, so it's just stuck in my head about that whole that whole thing. And it was just like, dang, like, man, you really don't think about that when you're growing up until you get older. And I didn't think about that until just recently. I was just thinking like, well, maybe I got things because of luck. It was not because of luck. It was preparedness, and I do believe that the Spirit was guiding me to lead me to different things, but it was preparation. It was preparation. There were some of the things I could see myself growing up doing that other people were not doing at that time. And the ones that were, they're either in a situation similar to mine or in a situation better than mine. Well, I don't want to say better. Some are. But they're really happy and focused on their goals versus, taking the easy way and not facing what's going on and prepare for their lives and prepare for their future, And with those bridegrooms, I also thought, I never thought about that until like recently, but I thought that how they were thinking about it, the difference from the foolish and the wise ones that kept the oil with, the ones with and without, was that their mindset was different. One was thinking about instant gratification and the other was talking about longevity and the end result and a further gratification at the end. And you will see that a lot of people who take the latter road usually usually really have an enjoyable life. They really enjoy their life. Say for instance, think about Jay-Z, Jay-Z had been out rapping for like so long, and people were putting him on the back burner. He had other things. He came up and then he went boom with Dame Dash and they had that. But before that, he was kind of on the back burner. Will Smith was out, things like that. And now you don't even think about any of those other people when you think about Jay-Z. He made itself. He thought about the long term instead of the short. And that's how you have to think about life, because we're going to get older. Things are going to change. You're not going to be the same way. You shouldn't even think the same way. I won't say you won't think the same way, because there are some people who do. And that is very sad. Okay. Because you haven't grown. Uh-oh. Let's see. Oh, that's her. That's her. Hello?
Why you keep calling me?
Hello?
Why you keep calling me?
Do you know who you're talking to?
You ain't my daughter. Your name Belle.
Yes.
You've known the truth since you were 12 years old, but you played me.
With 12 years old?
Send my money back down here. Send my $3,000 back to me. And I'm not playing. That's going to jail.
Ma, hello? I'm your daughter. What are you
talking
talking?
Me, Ma. I ain't your mother.
Okay. All right. Well, how was your day?
None of your business. Don't call me no more. Send me my money.
Oh, okay. Did you get your box? All right. So she is having another upset day. So, yeah, so she's probably going to have another episode. Not to say that this is going to be an easy road. You guys are seeing plain and simple some of the things that I have to go through, and I have been through. And not to say that I don't love my mom any other different way or anything like that. I do. It's just she has a mental illness, and if it's not properly taken care of, it can go. But that's giving you guys some education on that. And it shows you guys, based off of the story that I told you guys, that these things can really happen, because some people don't believe fat meat is greasy. I want to say don't believe fat meat is greasy. That's what my grandmother used to say. But some people don't believe you when you say, oh yeah, I've been attacked by certain people who, have mental illness. I have clients that, sometimes go on rage spurts. And that happens, and, but that's just part of life. Some people can handle it. Some people don't. I've grown up with it since I was about 15. Because I told you guys my mom got released out of prison when I was like, was it 14 or 15? I think it was 15. Yeah, 15. It was 15. Yep, because I was going to high school. So, no, matter of fact, it was my first year in high school. Yep. After my first year in high school. So I've seen it. I've witnessed a lot of things. Some physical, some verbal, some, you just have to be, made different. I'm not even going to say that you have to grow up with it, because a lot of people will be like, dang, I'm done, Benito. But yeah. So, yeah. So you guys heard that. I'm going to get off of here, but the whole thing about the virgins, I hope you guys take consideration of that. You have to think of things long term, not short. So yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Bye.